I thought I'd talk about one thing this morning. It's just something I wanted to add to the online dating thing. And it's not to discourage anybody, but online dating helps to connect two people together. And it's like a lot of people say they're great hookup sites or whatever, and they do that effectively. But if you are looking for a relationship, chemistry, the special person that a lot of women will write, that they're looking for, basically Prince Charming, they want their guy, and they have a vision of this man, and that's what they want. The hard part with online dating is that the things that you are looking for, you can't discover them in a sit-down situation. You can make a connection. Of all the online dating that I've done, I have made 3 solid connections on an initial date that there was a chemistry that went above and beyond, and they wound up becoming relationships. And that can either be through humor, like if you really just connect on everything and laugh at everything together or whatever, and you get that euphoria that there's always a cat in the video. Every time. But you'll get that kind of a connection, that chemistry, and that happens. And rapport is something you need to be careful of, because any person that's good at talking, that's good at banter, will effectively give you a good conversation and make you feel a certain way. This stuff can be taught. This is sales speak. This is how to make a report, Tony Robbins stuff, mirror somebody, or okay, look, this is my cat. See? That's my cat. Cat being bad. If I haul out a camera, the cat is in 90% of my videos. There's something, I don't know what it is. She knows when it's this. So anyway, not to waste more time, but the show's flowing here. But it's rapport. It's there's ways to make people feel comfortable and to lead them into liking you and trusting you and whatever. And there's a difference between real chemistry and being sold this feeling that, oh wow, this person cares about me, this person wants me. That's how players work. They sell you their thing. And there's a lot of that out there, and I think that when people are shopping romance in a true person, in a real connection, they are trying to look for it really quickly in an online date, and they sit there and they're hoping to feel the sparks, as they say, or the butterflies or whatever, and then the person talks, and sometimes somebody can actually sell them on their way up the road, and more often than not it doesn't work that way. More often than not, the person doesn't feel that tingly thing that they thought they were going to somehow get, and they chalk it up that wasn't the right person, and then just move on to another guy, and a serial dater is created. So with that being said, your expectation when you do this needs to be one, you need to keep it low. You need to understand that at the most, look for a good time. 2, don't read a lot into anything. Do not try to discover who a person is by, oh, I read between the lines, so to speak, in their profile, or, they mentioned this, but I bet they're really thinking that. Don't try to be Dick Tracy and think that you're going to vet this person and discover them. People show themselves over time. The best you can hope for is some kind of a chemistry. I'll give you an example of how it works. One of the 3 dates that I had that I really felt a connection on a first date that did become something was a girl that I was having beer with her, and I made a comment off the cuff about science and astronomy, and she came out of her chair and said, oh my God, I love astronomy. Oh, I cannot believe you're a lobster man. You like astronomy. I just leave him. You know, she just lost her mind over it. And it was one of those moments that all of a sudden it just took a 90-degree turn into, this is what we did as kids. This is what we're about. Oh my word. You totally understand me and you get me. Which, to me, a lot of people write on a profile and they're like, I want this, I want that, I want these things. But really the bottom line in a relationship is you want somebody that, it's like humor. When you hear a joke and you laugh at a joke, it's because your brain, something in there says, yes. If Chris Rock is doing a thing, he's like, yeah, all kinds of ladies always be late. They be late. Women, you be waiting for women. And women be doing their thing and you, whatever. And you're laughing at it like, yes. Yes, Chris. Yes. Your brain is going, yes. Laughter. Yes. Ha ha ha. Yes, you're so right. Yes. And that's what happens down the line. And that's how people the people who have the best sense of humors are the ones that kind of agree with everything because they both can say whatever they want to each other and both go, you're right. Oh my God, you're right. Oh yes, you are so right. And that's how you have great dates when humor's involved. Well, that also works for the relationship, for the needs and the wants and the expectations. When you find the right person, that's the person who says yes, or that you say yes to when they do something or when they share a life experience and you totally get each other, as they say. And this astronomy girl, the science girl, felt she was totally gotten because in her world she couldn't share that. She just didn't have girlfriends or people who really, stars, oh, yeah. I like stars. I love Gwyneth Paltrow. You know, they didn't have a clue, and there I was, the manifestation of something that she really had lacked in her life and could share, and just the outpouring of sharing. When I was a kid, I bought this book and I had a telescope, and it was, oh my God, and I went to school, and she was just like, just went off like, oh my word, here's this, I can throw this all at you, and you get me. You know, kind of like Sally Field, you know, you love me, you really love, you like me, you really like me. And that's how it was. And when you find a person that a lot of those things happen, that's all we want. We just want somebody in our lives that when we're shit and we're discouraged or we're whatever, or we behave a certain way, the other person just naturally understands why we're doing it. And that's it. They don't want explanation. If they have a bad day about something, and the other person knows, oh my, well, yeah, when she was a kid, she used to fight with her father, and now she, and you get it. And those are the perfect relationships. And unfortunately, with online dating, that's not the stuff that you can glean over coffee or martinis or margaritas. You don't get that. You get an interview. You get, hey, we both like to ski. Oh, I've been to San Francisco too. And that's usually it. Oh, the Sox, oh yeah, they suck this year. You get that, but not much more than that do you get until you learn about people. So the expectations to find somebody that really likes and gets you, it has to almost accidentally, like in the case of the astronomy girl, it had to accidentally come out. And then when this idea, this concept that, oh wow, this person really does get me, this is somewhere that I can move further on down the line with, this is a person I can come home at the end of the day and share things, or they're going to understand my job, they're going to understand that I work long hours, they're going to understand that I'm a nurse and I'm gone, you know, long shift, whatever it is, they're going to get me. And to be able to find out whether or not a person is actually going to get you over a first date is pretty hard. It's rare. Like I said, it's happened to me 3 times, and I probably had, I'll tell you, I've had a lot more than 3 dates. That's all I guess I'll say. But it's a process, and that's just something I wanted to throw out there. That take your expectation of online dating and just treat it like, I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to meet somebody come what may. Don't be let down if it doesn't work. And if you kind of like somebody, throw them a second date. Just because you didn't feel like you were ready for the altar doesn't mean that's not the right guy. You can have a bad day at work and you go on your date, your mood, anything can influence how you interact with each other on a first date. I mean, like I said, and beware of the salesmen. They're out there too. They're going to make you feel like, oh my God, you know, you're number one. You're headed for it, and then player's going to play, and you have to watch out for that too. But there are legitimate moments where people connect, and like the astronomy person or whatever, that you'll find something. So bat the conversation around, talk as much as you can, get as much info out there, because you never know the one thing that's gonna set it off. And there you go. And have fun. As always, good luck.